LeBron James, Etta James, Jesse James, Anthony Davis, Viola Davis, Reese Davis. It don't matter. Nuggets in 5. Denver is better in clutch games than the Lakers. No matter how you slice it, Denver's a better basketball team. This will be a quick series. Give me Denver in 5. I'm sorry. This is out of respect for the great LeBron James. I do not see the man losing 8 straight playoff games. I just, that's not a thing I can see in my head. This is going to be a quick series. Denver gets it done in 5. Listen, Denver's not going to win. What would that be? 12 straight games against the Lakers, but they'll win 12 of 13. They match up better against the Lakers. They had the best player in the series, best coach in the series, more reliable number 2 guy, won 8 straight times, the defending NBA champion. So, call me crazy, but I'm going to go against conventional wisdom from delusional Lakers fans. Nuggets in 5.
Worst case scenario, we're going to overtime. Jokic a screen, Murray to try to break the tie.
Yeah, this is a sad day today. It really is. It's a hard one. Because today on Carving It Up Live, and I'm your host, Bryson Carver, we are going to be eulogizing the 2023-2024 Los Angeles Lakers. That's at least how we're going to start today's show/service, whatever you want to call it. Because the fact of the matter is this: the Los Angeles Lakers were many things. They were fun. They had drama. They had 2 healthy superstar basketball players by the name of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They had a coach in Darvin Ham who no one really liked. Let's be honest. Nobody in LA really liked. A lot of articles have talked about that. The roster wasn't horribly put together like it was at the start of last season, but also not perfectly put together by any stretch of the imagination. And if there's one thing that I know, it is that 2 weeks ago, Lakers fans just absolutely clowned me for my absurd take that the Los Angeles Lakers, given how the play-in bracket had drawn for them, and given the fact that if they were to beat the New Orleans Pelicans, which they were going to do, they would face the Denver Nuggets in the first round. And I said they were DOA, dead on arrival, which is the very reason we're having this service today. I was lectured on that. Ripped about the fact that, oh, you said the Warriors were going to the conference finals. Listen, that was not a good take on my part. It was not. I've had better ones. Bad clock's right twice a day. But the good news is about today, that if there's one thing I know, the Golden State Warriors have reserved the Los Angeles Lakers suite, place, whatever you want to call it, in Cancun. Oh, man. I was ridiculed. Lakers Twitter, those on YouTube who call themselves Lakers fans within the Grid Network. You should have listened. But first, everything that could have went the Lakers' way, absent a Denver Nuggets key player missing a game or more due to injury, occurred. Everything went their way. LeBron James, excellent throughout and was awesome in the fourth quarter of the series. Shot 57% in the fourth quarter of these 5 basketball games against Denver. Anthony Davis, I'm not even gonna put the Gene Hackman gif. I'm not gonna do it. I cannot call him Coin Flip Davis. Matter of fact, I'm that close to retiring the nickname because not only was he great and consistent all season long, unlike he was a year ago, 5 games of playoffs against the best player in the world, Jokic. Not only did he hold his own, some games he was better than Jokic. AD was great. D'Angelo Russell, who was garbage in games 1 and 3, was excellent by his standards in game 2, pretty good in game 4, wasn't efficient, the other night in game 5, but did make some shots down the stretch to keep the Lakers in it, gave him an opportunity to win that basketball game. Well, you knew Darvin Ham was a bad coach coming into the series, so that can't be an excuse. We knew that coming into the series. Lack of adjustments. We just learned in an article by Shams Charania for The Athletic, the guy had no respect from anybody in the locker room because he was terrible at relaying his message, connecting with players. More on that a little later in the show. On the Denver side, Jamal Murray was incredibly inefficient. He was amazing last year in the conference finals and was really good. Good some games, really good other games, but was never great outside of the fourth quarters of games 2 and 5. Jokic, listen, I know Jokic in game 5 dropped like 25, 20, and 9, which is crazy. I thought Jokic was really, really good. Like, again, by Jokic's standards, that's a 2-time league MVP and a finals MVP, best player in basketball. That's fine. I thought he was way better in last year's Western Conference Finals. Nuggets won the series in 5 games. For the reasons that I said they would win the series in 5 games before the 5-game series began. The Nuggets have the best player in the series, the best coach in the series, the clutchest, outside LeBron, fourth quarter performer in the series, at least more clutch, more recently guy in the postseason in Jamal Murray. They have championship experience and pedigree more so, not that the Lakers don't have it because they won 4 years ago, more so than the Los Angeles Lakers did. They had home court coming into the series. They won 8 straight. There was a point in time when they won 11 straight, and they've now won 12 of their last 13 games against the LA Lakers. And somehow I was to believe that this thing was going to be a deep series that we talked about for years to come, like some Lakers fans try to convince me. Denver, who I thought played their B game, they weren't bad. I mean, listen, you don't win a series in 5 games, you're bad, obviously. They weren't average. They were good. I mean, they played their B, sometimes B-plus game. There was not a moment outside of the third quarter of game 1, fourth quarter of game 2 of this series where I was like, my gosh, Denver can't be stopped. Like, the Lakers have no answers. It was close throughout, just like last year. But Denver was better late in games because they had the best player on the floor at all times and certainly the clutch performer in this series in Jamal Murray. And they had the better coach in the series who was willing to make adjustments. Denver winning the series was nothing short of a formality if they were healthy. And by the way, something else with the Lakers' way, they win game 4, extend the series to a game 5. Jamal Murray, who'd been their kryptonite, still is, has a bad calf and is, I talked about it on Monday's show, questionable coming into this basketball game. Drops 32, has his best game of the series. So everything that could have went the Lakers' way went the Lakers' way. Be outside of a Denver player missing action due to injury. Darvin Ham was bad already. You already knew that from last year and from this year. That was a foregone conclusion. So for the Denver Nuggets, here's where I'm at. They should be, some sportsbooks have the Celtics as the favorite because the East is weak. Some sportsbooks have the Nuggets as the favorite because they dispatched of a very good Lakers team in 5 games, second year in a row that they've either swept or gentlemen swept the Lakers. And again, they're the defending champions with the best player in basketball. I'm here to tell you right now, if healthy, they should be the overwhelming favorites to win the NBA championship. If you look at the teams that are left, okay, let's look at the Western Conference for a second, okay? They're the 2 seed. The 1 seed Thunder, really good, took care of the Pelicans like that, swept them. But they're the youngest team in NBA history to win a playoff series. Their average age is like 23 years old. Bunch of kids on that team. I love SGA. Dagnall's a great coach. Love the supporting cast. Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, whole bit. They're young. Denver's not. They're smack dab in the middle of their prime. You look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant Edwards, talked about him the other day. My gosh, the guy is truly, truly coming into his own in this playoff series. We are seeing the rise, certainly of a star. We already knew that, but maybe into a superstar as these playoffs wear on. We'll see how it plays out, given how he plays against the champions. But I still don't care how that series played out against a soft big in Nurkic. I don't trust Rudy Gobert in a 7-game series in the playoffs. Again, Minnesota's bench and outside of Naz Reid. You look down the list. Look down at the list of the other playoff teams, okay? So Phoenix is out. Lakers are out. Pelicans are out. What? That leaves the Clippers and the Mavs. Well, the Clippers have Kawhi hurt. They have some flaws as it pertains to Harden late in series, Westbrook late in series. And Dallas, well, I think they're the second best team in the West, even over Minnesota. Luka hasn't been great in the playoffs. Kyrie, we'll see. Can he stay healthy? Is he going to be a liability in the defensive end? Out east, Boston is awesome. They just can't win playoff series at home. They're under 500 in the last, if you look at the last 3 postseasons, we're very early into this one. This including the last 3, including this one. Boston's under 500 at home. And Porzingis just got injured in game 4 against Miami. You look down the list. You look at the Orlando Magic, offensively flawed. Cleveland, offensively flawed. Okay, you look at the Knicks. really good, but you saw what happened last night. They can blow games. Philadelphia, their best player, cannot close in the fourth quarter. More on that game in just a few minutes. You just look across the Eastern Conference. Miami, without their best player, we can just keep going on and on and on and on. The fact of the matter is that, Milwaukee, without their best two players, Denver should be the odds-on favorite to win the championship today in any sports book you look. FanDuel, BetMGM, anybody. Best player in any series they play, unless they play the Miami Heat, which, newsflash, that ain't happening. They're going to have the best coach in every series. Again, unless they play the Clippers and Ty Lue, but the only way that happens is in the conference finals. I don't think the Clippers are getting past this series, much less the second round. So the best coach in every series in all likelihood, the best player in every series, without a question. Jamal Murray's the fourth quarter performer that he is. They'll have home court unless they play OKC, in which series I don't think will hold a ton of value. Or if against Boston, in which case the Celtics, in a weird way, have a home court disadvantage. If the Denver Nuggets are healthy, they should be the odds-on favorite to win the NBA championship. It's not because their roster is just stacked beyond stacked like the 17 Warriors or the 96 Bulls, 01 Lakers, the 81, I think it was 83 Philadelphia 76ers. I think it was 1983. 69 Lakers, like whoever you throw it. It's not that they're that kind of roster. Jokic is an all-time great. Jamal Murray is a championship away. Chris Broussard said it the other day, and I'm totally with him. Jamal Murray's a title away, despite not bringing an all-star at all at any point in his career. He's a championship away from probably being a Hall of Famer because of the contributions he would have made to back-to-back titles. And Michael Malone's a great coach, and they've got shooters, and they've got good wing depth. This is how you build a roster. Now, again, Nikola Jokic's don't just come every draft. It just doesn't happen. But the fact is this. When you have a guy of that caliber with a team perfectly built around him, you can be really special. You can be champions last year, and to me, absolutely, positively, the favorites to win the NBA championship this year. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.